Hello and welcome to the 16th episode of StayNerdyMyFriends. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. I guess I took a 2-week-long break, but the reason for that is I had finals for like 2 different classes, and they were big classes that I needed for my major. They were general ed, really, but they were necessary. So, sorry about that, but to make up for it, since this is my spring break, what I'm going to do is every single day I'm going to make an episode and release it for you guys so that we can catch up. Really excited about that. Hopefully, you guys won't mind that I'll be spamming your Facebook walls. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the tippy top of the food chain, what I consider a real apex predator. And I hesitate to call it a predator only because I know that a lot of people will be like, it's not really a predator because it doesn't eat things. Well, technically speaking, in order to be a predator, all you have to do is hunt and consume things. And consume does not necessarily mean eating. It just means using it for your own gains or bleh. I don't even, that's what it does. Anyway, so the reason I wanted to make this is because someone sent me a picture and it was like, haha, it's really funny. And it's this scuba diver swimming next to a great white shark, and it says, "Here we see nature's most dangerous creation. It has killed thousands and it has sent hundreds into extinction. And next to it, a great white shark swims peacefully." And it was all ha 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 ha. Yeah, anyway, once again, that's just humans being egocentric. We are not the most dangerous at all. We do kill a lot, that is true, but if I put it to you that if you look at a cellular level, viruses are the top super predator. And the reason I say that is because viruses kill everything. Viruses kill germs. Viruses kill cells. Viruses kill bacteria. Viruses kill everything. And that's really scary. And it gets scarier, so just hold on. Viruses to me are really, really scary because, first of all, let me explain it to you, the horror movie that viruses are. What happens is, let's start with bacteria, and you got a virus. And the virus is teeny tiny compared to the bacteria, and it comes right through the cell membrane, and it just sits there. And what it does is it uses enzymes, and it makes the bacteria itself start building new viruses inside of itself. Well, that's fine, except it's not like all those viruses can just filter through the cell membrane and move on. No, it just keeps replicating and replicating and replicating and replicating until boom! The cell of the cell membrane gets ripped open and viruses just spew everywhere, infecting all the bacterial cells around it. And that is super scary, right? Like, that's a horror movie. But it gets worse. There are some types of viruses that are known as lysogenic viruses. And what they do is they implant themselves into a bacteria and they just sit there like a Cold War sleeper cell. And they just sit there and they just wait and they wait. And what's really scary about that is because the virus is inside of that bacteria, when this bacteria replicates and splits into another bacteria, it created another virus inside of that one because they replicate themselves perfectly, right down to what's inside of them. And that virus, so now this one has a virus, this one has a virus, now these two split, and then those 4 split, and then those 8 split, and then those 16 split, and then those 16 split, and then those 32 split, sorry. And then those 64 split, and so on and so on and so on. And you see how it's exponential growth. Now, instead of just one cell being ripped open, now all of those viruses get the same signal that says, all right, we replicate now. And then they all start doing the same thing. And they until every single bacteria, it's just like pop, 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 pop. And it's freaking scary, man. Just imagine that if you were just walking down the street and you're just like, Frank, Joe, Susie, and there's just viruses everywhere. That's, granted, viruses don't, name each other and they're not sentient at all, but still, that is fracking scary. To give you an example, HIV, herpes, those are all lysogenic cells. Those are those Cold War sleeper agent cells. And that's super scary. So I put it to you, viruses basically hunt other cells because they have I think it's proteins in their what we call their heads, but really it's it's just another part of the virus. It's not really a head, but they have proteins on the outside that make them go into the right cell. So they won't go into that type of cell because that's not the right type of cell. They go for that type of cell because it's the easiest for that particular virus to infect, and it knows that it is the perfect breeding ground for it, and that is scary. So it hunts. It uses the cell to replicate its own to replicate itself. Therefore, it's consuming it. And it hunts everything. There's a type of virus for every single type of cell and every single type of anything. That is frightening. So I put it to you: the virus is nature's true super predator. So once again, I'm making a video every day this week, so stay tuned. If you're friends with me on Facebook, I'm going to be posting them to Facebook. If not, subscribe. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get them right to your email. You'll be notified, or I don't know if you'll be notified, but when you go on YouTube, you will be notified. So that's awesome. Um, Definitely subscribe to the channel. It's a really good channel, and I promise that next time, if I have to take a week-long break or skip an episode or anything, I'll let you guys know. I'll make a short episode and bleh. Anyway, share this video with everyone you know, please. It's really interesting. I mean, usually I talk about like astrophysics, and that's awesome, but like viruses are so trippy. It's awesome. So yeah, share it with everyone, like this video, favorite it, subscribe to the channel, and as always, stay nerdy, my friends.